All right, so this is video 2, which is the emotion regulation exercise and the steps that are behind it. Step 1, identify the emotional behavior of the other person. Once you've noticed this, you can tell yourself, I'm now dealing with an emotional person, not a rational person, and this will help you respond in a boundaried way. So some of the things that you might notice are tone of voice, silent treatment, complaining, negative self-talk, negative talk of others, facial expressions, body language such as posture, certain behaviors like slamming, banging, stomping, or other toxic behaviors such as blame, projection, assumptions, and so on. Step 2, dealing with the emotional person. So if the emotional person is someone like family or friend or someone that you're close with, you would say something like, I am noticing you are feeling something right now. What are you feeling? And then you would have an emotional connection with them and you can work through it from there. Now, if you need further help with emotional connection, we do have a short course for that as well, and you can find that in the link in the description. Or be in touch with us. If you're dealing with someone else, such as a customer or someone that you're not necessarily very close with, you could say something like, I am sorry you're feeling that way right now, and if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to have to exit this conversation. Step 3, you just want to label what you're feeling. So you can use the emotion wheel and label the emotion that you're feeling at the time and do some breathing to calm down any physical activation that has taken place. Step 4, reframe the situation. Reframing is a very powerful tool, allowing us to change the perception and the view of the situation. It doesn't deal with the emotions, it deals with the thoughts and perceptions from the situation, which allow us to then let go of the emotions. So it's extremely helpful, such as water in a water bottle being held in by a lid. So the emotions are the water and the perception or the view is the lid. So when we have these negative thoughts, this rumination, it's like it's trapping the emotions in. But when we reframe it, it opens it up and allows the emotions to be released. You want to reframe the situation into a wise view of what happened and in a way that it's strengthening, liberating, and empowering. Here are some examples. Here's an example. So at work, you have an irate customer and they've just name-called, complained, and so on. So after this interaction, you're a little worked up, so you want to take a deep breath, you want to label your emotion, and reframe the situation. So here's an example. You can say to yourself, that customer was having a rough day and they're venting out their emotions onto me. Their projection onto me is not for me personally, and they're responsible for their own emotions. I am safe behind my boundaries, and my emotions are valid. I can let go of my emotions now. Example 2, a moody child throwing a tantrum or something like that. So it's the same steps. And then you can tell yourself, my child's temper tantrum wasn't a reflection of me as a parent. He was just feeling something. It gives me the opportunity to connect and understand him. It's okay for him to have feelings, and I can continue learning how to be emotionally attuned to his feelings and nurture his emotional expression. It's an opportunity to teach him how to express and to self-regulate, and I can also become better at self-regulating in these moments. I'm happy that I get to hear my child's feelings. This is beneficial to me. Another example is your spouse. So let's say your spouse is in a bad mood. So it's essentially the same as a child, and I know that sounds funny, but technically it is sort of the same. Now, of course, with adults, there's a lot more deepness in what's on their plate, but at the same time, it's going to be essentially the same. So you could say to yourself, this gives me an opportunity to go outside of myself in a boundaried way and to connect and understand my spouse. I know that this is not personal to me. They are having their emotions and they are allowed to have their unpleasant emotions. I can support, validate, and understand my spouse, and even if the emotions involve me. This can be a time to connect, and I'm happy for that connection. Now, step 5 is just letting go of the emotions. So this is by admitting to yourself and kind of saying to yourself, like, oh yeah, that really worked me up, that really bugged me. My emotions are valid, they've done their job, and I don't need to hold on to them anymore. Emotions are motivating energy, but now the situation's happened. I don't need the emotions anymore. I'm letting them go. So I hope you enjoyed this short course on regulating emotions. If you need to be in touch with us for anything else, please feel free to do so, and we look forward to seeing you.